Hello, welcome to the presentation from the Dublin meetup with Arista and Nuage. So this quick demo, I'm going to demonstrate extending a network from the overlay network, from your virtualized overlay network running OpenStack compute with Nuage to a bare metal network with the Arista Hardware VTEP. And hanging off that bare metal network, then you might have a physical database or a physical server that you want to extend into your overlay network via layer 2. So that's what this demo is going to demonstrate. We're going to have a Nuage VRS on one side, and we're going to terminate the VXLAN tunnel into the Arista Hardware VTEP with a VLAN handoff to the bare metal device. So we start off by logging on to Nuage VSP. On the Nuage VSP, I'll pick my network. I'll create my network. So what I'm going to do is create a network. I'll call it a template. I'll call it Arista 1. I'll put a subnet in it. And 6. 1. Create the network. What do then is spawn the network out from the template. So then once we create our network, we have a white space to put in our virtual devices and our hardware gateway devices. So what we do is we go to our infrastructure. Under infrastructure we pick, so under infrastructure on the VSD, the Arista is represented as a data center gateway device. And this setup then, under the data center gateway device, you pick the associated switch port and you configure your VLAN. So on the device here at the moment we have VLAN 100 configured already, so we're going to use VLAN 100. So once that's created, you can assign your actual gateway device its interface and the VLAN. And that's created then. Link has come up. So what we're going to do then is we're going to put in a VM in here as well. One other thing we have to do before we put the VM in, by default all networks are deny all, so we have to put in an ACL in there to permit whatever traffic you want to permit, but for this example I'll just allow everything. On ingress and also on egress. So that's it on the Nuage side. So then if we go to the Arista, the OpenStack, we bring up the VM. What we have to do first is push the network that we created in Nuage to OpenStack. We call it Arista 1. We're going to auto-detect the network from Nuage. And it was called Arista 1. So it's automatically detected the network, the subnet. Now we'll create it. Once it's created, we'll spawn up a VM. We call that VM Arista 1 VM 1. Boot from image. Just pick a serious image. Pick a Arista network, and we'll end that spawn up there. So once that's coming up, you see that the OpenStack has notified Nuage that the VM to come up, its MAC address and its UUID. So if we look at then under the hood what this looks like under the hood. On the actual Arista CVX, we can see which physical ports for its corresponding top or rack switch that it's managing. And we see that we have a VLAN to VNI binding, and that is on switch 2, which is the switch we're using for the gateway here, and Ethernet 1. So we have the bare metal device is connected to VLAN 100. It is being then bound to VXLAN with VNI ID at that number. Then on the VSC side, if we want to look at what this looks like on the Nuage side, we can do show service using to get the corresponding ID. And we can see that we have 2 EVPNs connections. Okay. If you look then on the Arista, just waiting for the VM to boot up, and there it's booted up. Log in then. We can see the VM has an IP address of 10.10.6.2, our bare metal device. So this is the VM here, 10.10.6.2. We have a bare metal device here that's 10.10.6.5. So we'll try to ping that device. So we can ping that device. So we've extended the network from the virtual to the physical. Okay, thank you.